All right, hello. So today we're going to do the code WHM, which is to write a linear equation from a graph. All right, so let's get into this. So it says here for your problem, what is the equation of the line in the slope-intercept form? All right, so, and then it says to write your answer using integers, proper fractions, and improper fractions in the simplest form. So the first thing that we need to do is to actually figure out what our equation is. We have to know our base equation. And that is going to be y equals m x plus b. All right. Now, you need to remember m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So the easiest number to find is going to be b. And that's just where this line right here crosses your y-axis. So you're just going to figure out where do those two lines intersect. So here's my y-axis, here's my line. If I were to trace this line to get to my y-axis, you can see that it crosses right here. All right. So that's going to be my y-intercept, that's b. And as you can see, that equals 0. So I'm going to write here that b equals 0. All right. So the next thing that I need to do is to find my slope. So in order to find my slope, I'm going to have to do rise over run. All right. So in order to do rise over run, I need 2 pretty points from my graph. Now you already found your y-intercept, so you can use that point, and then you just have to find one more. So I already used 0, 0, so I'm just going to trace up on my line until I find another pretty point, which looks like I have one right there. All right. So after you find your 2 pretty points, you're going to connect them by making a right triangle, just like that. And then we're going to count to figure out what is our rise and run is our run. And remember, when you're counting, make sure you look at the numbers, your intervals on your axis, because they're going to tell you what you're counting by. Sometimes you count by ones, sometimes you count by twos or tens. It just depends. So make sure you watch those numbers. So we're going to do our rise first. That's how far up or down. So my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write a 5. And I counted by ones because, as you can see, my graph is counting by ones. So now I'm going to do my run, and we're counting by ones again. And my run is 1. So that means my slope is 5 over 1. And then I divide. So 5 divided by 1 equals 5, which means that m equals 5. So my slope equals 5. So now that I have those two numbers, it's just a matter of writing your equation. So your equation is always going to start with y equals, then put in the number for your slope, whatever m is, m, always put x afterwards. And then it's going to be plus b, all right? But as you can see here, our y-intercept is 0. So that means I don't necessarily have to put that down. So I'm not going to put that in. I'm just going to put y equals 5x. Now let's see what we get. All right, there we go. So I'm going to do one more, just so y'all can have another example. So for this one, same thing. What is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? Write your answer using integers and proper fractions and improper fractions in the simplest form. So once again, I need my equation. Y equals m x plus, and then B. All right, that's an ugly B. I apologize. So first thing I need to find B. So here's my y-axis. Here's my line. I'm going to trace my line until I hit my y-axis. All right, which will be right there. So that means B equals -6. All right, now I have to find my slope. So I'm going to need 2 pretty points. Remember, you can always use your y-intercept as a point. Then I'm just going to go up till I find another pretty point. There we go. Once you have your 2 pretty points, connect. All right. Then we're going to do our rise, because remember, it is rise over run. Sorry, that was ugly, you. Ooh. All right. Now, if we look here, it looks like we're counting by 2s, but there's a line in the middle, which means we're actually counting by 1s. So I'm going to count by 1s. So my rise is going to be 1, 2. And then my run is going to be 1, 2. So that gives me 2 over 2. If I divide that, that gives me 1. And if I look at my line, I have a positive slope. So that means M equals 1. All right, so now that I have that information, I can write my equation. So my equation is going to be y equals, put in your M, which is 1, put in x, and then my y-intercept is -6. So instead of plus, I'm going to put a minus, I'm going to put a 6. All right. Now also here, because my slope is 1, I don't have to leave that number in front. So I'm going to leave it out. And I'm going to have the equation y equals x minus 6. All right, let's see, we got it right. All right, there we go. Hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Have a great day.